Okay, so if you know what a jack-in-the-box is, I don't know if you're aware what a jack-in-the-box is, but it's basically a clown. Usually it's a clown. And it is coiled. It's on like a spring coil. And this is something I thought about a while ago, but I was just breaking it down more. Usually it's a clown and it's in a box, right? So they've placed this Joker jester in a box, and it's usually on a spring. And you close up the box and you wind the toy up until it pops. So I think the song they usually used to use was like Around the Mulberry Bush, pretty sure. Here we go. Around the mulberry bush, the monkey chased the weasel, or something like that. I don't know all the lyrics to it, but the whole idea of putting somebody in a box, okay? Usually somebody like a jester, or what you would consider like a fool, somebody that wears their heart on their sleeve, or somebody that loves unconditionally, or somebody that is not fully aware or woke, or whatever, you name it. And they put this person in a box, like let's say a label is a box, okay? They put this person in a box, and let's say that the crank is actually people poking and prodding and pushing this person go to the limit until they snap or they pop out of the box. And that's usually what gives a child the scare, right? Because the child doesn't know when it's going to happen, and they just keep cranking it and they keep turning it and stuff like that. And that whole jolt, that whole shock actually releases a chemical in a child's brain, or an adult too, just the fear. I'm not sure if it's adrenaline. But yeah, a chemical is released in the brain. And then this is something they do over and over again, which is kind of morbid if you think about it. I'm just going to look it up now. Fear is a chain reaction in the brain that starts with a stressful stimulus and ends up with the release of chemicals that cause whatever emotional reaction comes with fear. Hold on a second. I'm going to click on it. I don't care if this video is like long. I just want to see if it is adrenaline. Thalamus decides where to send the incoming sensory data from eyes, ears, mouth, skin. Sensory cortex interprets sensory data. Hippocampus stores and retrieves conscious memories, processes. Nice pop-up, thanks. Sets off stimuli to establish context. Amygdala decodes emotions, determines possible threats, stores fear, memories. Amy G. Dalla. Hypothalamus activates fight or flight response. Okay? And on the video, I'm going to save this and I'll put it down below. Anyways, what's the chemical? What's the chemical released? Why aren't they telling me? Now, nowadays, there's usually not much that should be fear-based. Like, it's not like we have an animal chasing us to eat us, or something threatening like that. There is the risk of one person attacking another, of course. But generally, we're fairly safe, and there is no need to be in a constant state of fear, which induces the fight and flight, right? It should be right at the very top. It's funny it's not. You got people that are base cliff divers or skydivers. Those are usually adrenaline. Yeah. In the sympathetic nervous system, signals are sent out to release stress hormones like adrenaline. These kick the body into high gear, so it becomes a tense and alert. At the same time, the adrenal cortical system also secreting hormones to other parts of the body, which instigates a series of remarkable changes to occur almost instantaneously. Heart rate, blood pressure increase, pupils dilate, take in as much light as possible so you can see your surroundings. Non-essential systems such as the immune system and the digestion turn themselves off. Okay? You know how you could worry yourself sick? To allow more energy to go towards the emergency function. If you're in a constant state of fear, what do you think is going to happen to your immune system and your digestive system? Do you got IBS? Do you have constant issues with your intestines and your stomach? Do you always have problems no matter what you seem to do? You always have to be on medications or something, which actually messes with your liver and your kidneys, the more medication you take, when really you could just be in a constant state of fear. Crazy how that works. Emergency function and veins in the skin constrict, which keeps blood in major muscle groups. Another thing that can cause problems. It will become difficult to focus on small tasks. Another problem, since your brain is preoccupied with fear. Altogether, this is known as the fight or flight response. Which are you being kept in constantly? Is it perpetual? A way to kick the body into high gear, putting all senses on high alert, allowing for quick reactions. However, this will literally destroy your body, from what I'm reading here. If you're constantly in a state of fear and you're never calm, it's insane. Anyways, to go back to the whole Jack in the Box idea. Jack. Why would they call it Jack, huh? Why? Why do you think they call it Jack? Jack. Definition: to copy or appropriate something such as an idea or style. Hijack. Sense. 2A. Apparently, I'd struck a nerve in the sensitive place called the male ego. Jack in, lumberjack, jumping jack, jackknife, jackrabbit, Jack's the game, jack-o'-lantern, Jack in the Box. Ooh, carjack. Jacic. I get IC from K if you break those two apart. That's how I look at that when I play around with the lettering. Interesting. I'm going to leave it at that.